What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Entertainment Syndicate. We're coming to you from the NES headquarters today at the base of Mount Doom in Mordor because one of us forgot the ring back at the Shire. I'm your co-host, Andrew.
Hey guys, this is Los.
What's happening, Los?
Not much, man. It's been a crazy week, but in the past few hours, it's trumps the whole week, I guess.
There's a lot of news dropped today.
Yeah.
This week, in general, like you were saying, whole bunch of good news for us nerds. But first off, for today, what did you see?
Well, I was able to finish up Young Justice on Netflix.
On Netflix, right? The 2 seasons?
Yeah, it's only 2 seasons, and a lot of fans are, hoping Netflix can use the stats, whatever they use to collect, how many views they get, to fund maybe another season on their own, which has
Weren't
been
they working on a season 3 already?
No,
Or
you know what?
talks
It's been
about it?
rumored. It's all been rumors. They said they were going to look at the numbers to see if they should pick it up.
Okay, so just based on
But
what...
nothing has been official. Like, yes, season 3 started. Yes, but they've had cast members who voice the actors and stuff like that. They said that they'd be all for season 3,
Nice.
and it's a good show, man. It has a lot of elements from the actual straight from the comic. I mean, you have heroes dying. They don't really show all of them, but they account for heroes' death, and
Out of the Young Justice team or in the DC universe?
both.
Okay. Whoa.
But
That's cool.
and it's funny, from season 1 to season 2, a couple spoilers for those who haven't seen it. There's a huge jump in how each season is handled and how it goes. Like, season 1 is pretty much Young Justice. Season 2, that has them when they're all a little bit older. So you have Dick as Robin in the first season, and he's Nightwing when season 2 starts.
That's cool.
But the way, so this is the team right now. When they started, you have Aqualad, you had Speedy, but he quit the team because he felt like they weren't really being taken serious. You have Megan, which is Martian Manhunter's cousin, or niece, I should say. You had Kid Flash. Who else did you have? Connor Kent. I can't forget Connor.
Is he Superboy?
Yeah, he's Superboy.
Okay.
He's a clone of Lex and Superman.
Oh, that's right. I remember you said that last week.
Yeah, and then of course you got Robin, and then they end up getting their own Green Arrow, the female version of it. But so the season follows them around with various tasks, and it's some deep stories. I mean, there is a lot of really smart writing in that show.
That's cool. Is it standalone episodes or is it like a story arc throughout?
No, it's a giant story arc.
Really?
Yeah, it's you really do have to see the whole thing.
So that is different than like a Batman animated series.
Yeah, where
or
it's
X-Men,
one story.
Where it's just
No,
standalone
this is
episodes?
completely connected, which
That's cool.
immerses you more into it.
That's
and
cool.
I forgot to say Aqualad. He's in there too.
Uh-huh.
So you get the whole team that do their whole missions and defeat the bad guy in the end. They become a tighter group. So that's how season 1 ends. With people kissing Satana and Robin, and you got
love stories.
Megan and Connor, and
Little hookups.
yeah, exactly.
Superhero hookups.
Like I always tell you, for the girls.
The love stories for
Yeah,
the girls.
love story for the girls. But anyway, season 2 starts with Aqualad, who you later find out is Black Manta's son. And for those of you who don't know who Black Manta is, he's a villain. He's a Joker to
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Oh, I would assumed Aqualad would be related to Aquaman.
And so anyways, you see him in a manta suit, and you're like, wait, what's going on? And he's fighting his team, and then you see like you're just thrown off. Like, wait, what just happened here? What's going on? You hear about people's death, betrayals. You see the Blue Beetle. Talks about Ted Kord, which of you who know about comic books, about DC's history, he was a Blue Beetle that was killed by the White. I want to say the White Knight. I can't remember the guy, but
I know there are 2 Blue Beetles, right?
yeah.
Cord was the second one.
There's 3. There's the original Blue Beetle, which is way back when. You got Ted Kord, who he got his neck broken, or he was killed because he found out some information that nobody knew he was going to relate to Batman.
Oh wow.
So, but he was taken out, and he was Booster Gold's best friend.
I know they're like
Buddies.
buddies. Yeah.
Yeah.
teams.
So in the show, they
They kill him off.
no, they don't kill him off, but he's already dead. At this point, he was already dead. I mean, there's no story to it.
Okay.
But they acknowledge that he's dead, and the new Blue Beetle is Jaime Reyes, who's a Hispanic kid who's Yeah, who says, like any other Hispanic role, says Spanish words intermixed, some Spanglish.
Spanglish,
He's
Hispanic
like,
hero.
yeah, let's go, hermano. Like a Mexican version of Dora. Or not a Mexican version, but like a guy version of Dora.
Dora.
Yeah. So, you start seeing stuff like that. You see new characters, and you're just completely lost. You're like, I have to see the whole season. I have to see what happens for the whole season because you're just completely lost. And you start piecing it together midway, and you figure it out, then the conclusion. But it definitely leaves it up to a season 3. It definitely ends with getting a season 3.
Cliffhanger at the end, or like
not just. I mean, there's no real cliffhanger. It's just there is no complete story ending for that.
right.
There's more.
That's cool. They left it open.
Exactly. That's a better way of saying it. They left it open for everybody. So I liked it. You should actually definitely do a binge on that.
It's been sitting on my queue. How many episodes are in there?
Jeez, I want to say a total of 24
episodes?
season, or
24 seasons?
total. 24 total. I think it was like 24, 28 total.
Oh, is it one of those like 15-minute episodes? Is that
No.
It's a full
It's
half
full
an
like
hour.
28, 30 minute one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Worth it though.
I'll get on it for sure.
So I'm hoping they do pick up a season 3. So I'm excited for that. And what I like about this show is that they do kill off characters in it, and they acknowledge it, and it's none of this, kill them and they see what time they come back. I like when people get killed off and they're done,
So they're not really important characters, like big name characters.
I mean,
like they wouldn't kill out the Robin or Dick Grayson.
I mean,
they didn't.
I can tell you right now. Do you want to know?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch. But yeah, so they actually, as opposed to the Marvel movies where someone gets killed off but they're really alive, or they bring it back to life or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what kind of like DC when I got into it. That there's a lot of characters that get killed off and don't come back. With the whole new revamp, it's kind of bittersweet to me. That's cool they're doing it for new readers, but I'm holding on to the old people that got killed off, and
Didn't it start with like as far as the DC with the deaths of Superman?
What do you mean?
Where like they killed a character off, a main character, but then they just eventually bring him back.
I'm lost.
Or had they done that before? Just kill off a main character and leave him dead, and that has consequences.
Well, you know what? And let me be more specific. They don't rarely kill main characters, in the comic books and stuff like that, because they'll always come back.
Yeah.
But they kill off, off characters, that are kind of B-list or good enough that you like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty cool. Like Ted Kord, when you read it and you find out he was killed off, that was pretty trippy. And God, just like in the Ultimate World, Wolverine's killed off. He doesn't come back.
Really?
Cyclops is killed off.
That's right. Wasn't it last year or so? Wolverine, the comic, they kill him off.
Yeah. That's not in the Ultimate Universe. That was in the regular Marvel Universe.
The 616.
Yeah. So I like when people are killed off and stay dead. It just adds a little character to that.
Yeah, it adds that because there's like no stakes if they're gonna, they're in a dire situation, and then being a superhero, they'll survive. But when you see them get killed off and they stay dead, it's like that kind of leaves an effect.
Yeah.
But we all know eventually they're gonna come back because they need to sell more stories, and this character needs to be around.
What's the character that it's the dude that flames on?
Ronnie Raymond.
Ronnie Raymond
and Professor Stein. Well, this is from the TV show. Is it the same in the comic book?
Yeah, but what's her name? I can't think of her name right now.
The hero name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Storm.
Firestorm.
Okay, so like Firestorm,
Uh-huh.
and in Crisis, he's actually killed off. He takes I remember either there was a knife to the chest or something, but he takes a shot to the chest that opens him up, and he flies and just explodes. He's dead, and there's so much going on that, like, okay, he's dead, but they move on, and it's like, whoa, a hero just died.
We lost somebody.
Yeah,
hey guys.
So it's pretty cool. And then you like let me tell you this. There's a hero that was kind of like Mr. Plastic Man. I want to say is Elastic Man or something like that.
Aren't there like two versions of that in the DC universe?
Yeah, there's one of them. He's a pretty damn good detective. He has his wife killed by accident. She has an aneurysm. Someone's wife steals a hero's power to shrink the atoms.
Uh-huh.
Shrinks, goes into her head. She was only supposed to like make her faint, but ends up killing her.
Wow.
And it's intense. I mean, if you really want to get involved, dude, there's so many stories you should hear about, like Batman and being not lobotomized, but having his memories erased by his own team members.
When was this?
I'm telling you, man. Dr. Light having a lobotomy, he used to be a great villain, and then after the lobotomy, he was like a C villain. Rape, there's rape involved in the Justice League satellite. Heroes becoming villains, villains becoming heroes. Dude, there's so many stories that I can tell you about.
Nice.
But anyways,
So far behind on that stuff.
yeah. So that's it for Young Justice.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah, it's on my queue, so I'll get on that one. That was a long season, then 20-some episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Netflix, finally this week, Daredevil. Season 2 coming out.
In a week, right?
This Friday. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
recording Monday. It comes out the end of this week, Friday. Finally.
So for those of you, you need to start binge watching like me. And you start binge watching through that. I'm only
You
about
haven't seen
halfway.
season 1?
I'm only halfway, dude. And I
Oh,
just
really?
got caught with Jessica Jones, and other shows came in.
Great show, Jessica Jones. And then I'm excited for Daredevil. That's going to be cool because this one looks like a lot more action-packed.
God, with Punisher.
With
Wow.
Punisher, with Elektra, you got the hand, the ninjas, and all that
Mhm.
stuff. Looks like so much more action. It's going to be awesome. And we didn't actually mention last week or the week before, they finally cast Iron Fist.
Oh, who did they cast? I mean, I didn't see that
I
one.
don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but we can look that up.
While you're looking
But
that
was,
up, also John Berthal
mhm.
posted a new picture on his Twitter of the Punisher with like a big old sniper rifle just blasting off. And there's a pretty famous like cover page where the Punisher is shooting at either Batman or the Green Goblin. I don't know if you've ever seen that comic or the start of that issue.
No.
It's like a big old sniper rifle scope aimed at one of those two, and it's the Punisher's holding the rifle, so it's very iconic. So I don't know if they were doing that tip of the hat to that, but it looks pretty cool.
Probably because like I see a lot of these comparisons of like a scene or a shot or like a specific image,
Yeah.
kind of replicating the comic cover or
So,
some,
I mean,
some panels.
right? So it's too much of a coincidence.
But this was, you said, possibly Batman when they did like a crossover in the 80s.
What?
Did you say Batman or
No,
Green
no,
Goblin?
no, no. He has a sniper rifle aimed at Spider-Man or
Spider-Man.
Green Goblin.
Okay, I thought you said Batman.
And I don't
Or Green
remember
Goblin.
the context of it. I think it was it was like a cliffhanger. It was like, who is he aiming at? Who did he shoot or something like that?
Nice. Yeah, so a lot of news as far as the Netflix Marvel TV shows because Luke Cage, I think, is going to premiere later this year too.
Like
They kind of announced that.
November-ish, later in the year.
So that plus the casting of the Iron Fist. I remember the guy cast for it was somebody on Game of Thrones. I'm looking that up right now.
Wait, I thought you did bring it up. I'm pretty sure you brought it up.
I brought it up to you at work,
Oh,
but we
okay.
didn't talk about it on the show. Guy on Game of Thrones, the Knight of Flowers, Loras Tyrell. Does that sound familiar?
No.
That's that actor Finn Jones. He was cast as Iron Fist. I guess there's controversy because he's a white guy, and they wanted to cast a Asian guy for Iron Fist. Do you read Iron Fist?
Yeah.
Is it an Asian character?
No.
It's a white guy, right?
Yeah.
So what's all the hubbub?
I don't know. I haven't heard about any drama.
Yeah, so that was news last week, I think, or the week before. So they finally cast that. And I guess they got their Defenders team.
Really?
Well, yeah, they got Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Jessica
Jessica
Jones.
Jones.
So you got your Defenders. So they might work that as the TV version of the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Like their little standalone series coming out, and then they team them up. So I'm interested. I really like to see what that's all about when it comes out.
That's cool, man. You know a movie I just watched yesterday just because of Never Ending Story?
Just 'cause?
Just because.
Were you in the mood or what? Or you found it?
One?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was such a fan. Yeah.
Say my name.
Yeah.
Say my name. I remember one of the big things I remember when I was seeing that as a kid.
Yeah.
Just remember the statues that they had Atreyu had to run through.
Titty Phoenix
Yeah.
looking things.
As a kid, that was like I saw boobs. So that's a big memory for me. But
God, I
the
just
never-ending
it was
story.
just it was nostalgia when I was like just watching it. I was like, oh my god.
Falcor, the Nothing used to scare me.
Yep.
That was awesome. What else was there? The big giant rock.
The music, and it reminded me of. I was telling my wife yesterday. I was like, it reminded me of the Goonies as well. So I don't know if it was the same composer.
Same composer. I don't remember the music so much.
Oh, I was like, yeah.
For the Goonies.
Falcor, yeah.
Falcor. What was that princess's name? Oh, you never know her name because he shouted it at the end.
Mm-hmm. He shouted it, and I couldn't remember what it was.
I think it was just in the script him yelling something, and then it was like muffled by the lightning and thunder.
So we just stick to TV. Since we're talking Netflix.
TV, you got Punisher and Kevin Smith.
Oh, Preacher.
Yeah, I mean, Preacher, not Punisher.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Netflix TV aspect of it. And we just veered off because of John Berthal's picture.
Yeah.
Also, the official trailer for Preacher is going to be out.
Well, that was actually announced today, right? The Preacher news?
Yeah, it's going to be coming out. Preacher trailer is going to be coming out. The mid-season finale for Fear the Walking Dead.
That's The Walking Dead, I think. At the end of...
I heard it was Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead? I heard Walking Dead. I'm going to look that up.
But yeah, it was one of those two. So, and I guess Tom Cruise is going to be in the pilot episode.
Really?
For Preacher.
Really?
Yeah, I just found that out today. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Maybe something to do with Scientology. That's what I heard. That's what I read.
Is there a Scientology business in that?
No, but I can.
Story?
I mean, it's pretty raunchy book. I mean, for those of you preachers, it's a trip of a graphic novel. Very raunchy, very no real hero. There's no hero. It's just a story.
Because the main character is this preacher who has kind of
checkered
lost his face and
past, history, future. Everything he does is just questionable. With a friend that can't die because he's a vampire.
I remember the vampire friend, and wasn't there a hooker friend also?
Yeah, slash he's in love with her, wants her to get married, kind of deal.
So he's an ex-preacher, or is he still a preacher?
I believe he still considers himself a preacher.
Still considered a preacher. But this isn't a superpower book, though, right?
No,
It's just
no. But anyways, I'm excited.
I didn't hear about that Tom Cruise cameo.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Pilot episode. But anyways, what do you feel about that?
I'm looking forward to it. I actually have the volume 1 of the graphic novel, which I probably started the first chapter and then kind of like fell behind because just so many other things.
So you started but not finished them?
Yeah, but because of this news, I want to like kind of just buckle down, sit down for an hour or two.
It's a long read.
There's some 60 volumes or something,
yeah,
maybe?
Yeah.
Just about as long as like Hellblazer, right?
Yep.
Super long series that's been going on forever. But I mean, it's like critical. It's a classic that, you know, all comic lovers recommend. So that's something I want to get into, especially now the TV show's coming out.
Yeah.
See how that compares. I wonder why Tom Cruise would show up on that. That's crazy.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's a fan of the graphic novel.
Maybe. Yeah, I know the TV adaptation was done by Seth Rogen and his like writing partner Seth.
God, I had
Rogen
such a
and,
bitter taste because of the Green Hornet movie.
Really? That kind of left a lasting effect on you?
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much butchered that.
On Seth Rogen alone, or just of their team up, or
just Seth Rogen's writing?
Really?
But yeah, anyway, like I don't know, I just left a bitter. I was like, scarred me a little bit.
Just on the writing. Well, what else has he written since then? That's kind of what he did. Had a hand in what's the End of the World movie?
Yeah, but that's the original. I mean, that's an original idea.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but this is a comic book.
You think he'll kind of not use that source material as much?
Yeah, I think he just might add his sense to it. I mean,
that kind of threw me off, being him and his partner being comedy writers, and this
Mm-hmm.
is being not a comedy graphic novel. It's more of a dark.
I mean, there is
story,
a
right?
comedy aspect to it, but it's dark humor.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll see, man. But either way, I'm still excited, so I'm still going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
What else you got for TV?
Another bit of information that dropped today was just Kevin Smith tweeted and Instagrammed a picture of him on the set of Flash.
Yeah, him with Zoom in the background.
With Zoom in costume, kind of like with his hand around Kevin Smith's.
That's pretty exciting. That's cool to see him going from he didn't watch it initially. Remember that? He was like, kind of like whatever's about it. All his friends were watching it. He's fine, I'll give it a shot. He marathon through it, fell in love with it.
He absolutely is his favorite thing in the world. He posts videos of himself crying over episodes.
So and it's funny how like I said, he was I'm not gonna really watch it because he said he was in his creative phase of his life, trying to write new things, and then he saw it, and then he got hooked.
And then with his 20 podcasts, I don't see how he has time to do anything else but talk.
Yep.
But I'm like, it's cool for him because he's been such a huge fan of this comic book stuff, and for him to actually have a hand in making this stuff now, because he doesn't make superhero movies, and he says he's not going to because that's like not his world for him to touch. He's more of an indie talkie movie comedy
that,
stuff.
and I believe he said it plenty of times that the movie industry itself has killed it for him, with too many people trying to manipulate what's already there. With him, seeing movies that he wanted to work on get shut down when he was gonna be the writer for Green Hornet,
or even then the Superman too.
Oh yeah, like we we're talking about. Yep.
That Nicolas Cage Superman that he wrote had a hand in.
Yep. His run-ins with prima donna actors.
Bruce Willis's of the world.
Yeah, Bruce Willis being the prima donna actor he worked. What was I saying? Train of thought derailed by my daughter. But anyways, good on him, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for him too. He's like so happy about it, tweeting all these pictures out and stuff. He's such a fanboy. So that's cool.
So that's it for the TV
news this week.
TV news, yeah. A little bit of comic book news. Black Panther 1 will be coming out in April. I know a lot of people don't know who Black Panther is, and their first exposure will be the Civil War movie. So
yeah,
I've read a lot of his books, and I'm excited it's coming back, and I'm excited that
there's no current Black Panther out there.
If there is, they're probably just old runs or anything like that. I haven't seen anything new yet.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see the new take on T'Challa in that world.
So he hasn't been involved in any of this, like, what is this, these Marvel events that have been happening recently?
Oh, you're talking about the Secret War and
Secret
all
Wars.
that? I haven't read Secret War. No.
But he just doesn't have his own current standalone. So that's something new coming out in April?
Yeah. So the new reboot. That's what it is. It's just a reboot. So I'm excited for that.
That'd be cool. Because all this Black Panther in the news with the Civil War.
And that trailer.
The trailer, they added more Black Panther scenes in there and little tidbits.
Wow, he looked pretty badass running after Bucky.
That was sick.
Chasing
just to
that
see
motorcycle.
How fast he goes,
Oh,
jumps onto a moving car. And then another question is, why don't these cars like stop or move out of the way? They're just like going about their business.
It's New York, bro. They don't give a fuck,
It's not New York. It's probably some. But
they won't move for anybody else,
It's just movie stuff that you gotta like kind of gloss over. It's like, why aren't these people like getting out of the way? And
I quit at doing that the minute they started shocking a flatline.
Yeah, being in the medical field, we nitpick every little thing about that, like little medical stuff.
Like, why are you shocking?
Like how they put
line?
IVs with how they stick IVs with tape and big old needles and
huge needles that
use
don't
a pen
retract.
to start an IV.
Oh, what is
funny.
it with one of the Bourne movies? He uses rubber tubing.
Oh, was
wasn't
that Shooter? Mark Wahlberg.
Or was it Shooter?
I think so, because I remember
rubber tubing, and he uses the tip of
oh yeah, the pump, the
needle that goes into a pump
to inflate a ball. Yeah.
I was like, what? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, he breaks into a convenience store or hardware store and get all that stuff.
I was like, it doesn't work. Oh,
yeah, I know. I can suspend disbelief, but sometimes it's just kind of like, oh, okay, why do that? But it doesn't like take away. It's just a funny little, oh, look at this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's sidetrack. But yeah, so excited for.
But that trailer was amazing.
Now,
from beginning to end.
Might as well talk about it. If we're talking about this trailer.
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest pieces of news that came out.
Okay, so since we're talking about the trailer, we have to talk about the final.
That was probably the biggest news of the week. Just that trailer for Civil War was amazing.
And I was avoiding it at all costs, but.
And I can't believe we're podcasters. This is part of our
I
job.
know, but God.
We need to inform you, these people, of what goes on, and you're trying to avoid these things.
All right, fine. Spider-Man comes out.
Spider-Man, that's one you could not avoid to save your life.
So in the last 5 seconds, he goes, what does he say? What does Stark say?
Well, you hear like,
and a weird boy or something like that?
Just the trailer alone from beginning to end, without that little 10 seconds or 5 seconds of Spider-Man would have been amazing.
Well,
But then to add that,
because the mood of the trailer was like emotional. It's just the soft background music that they're playing, and you just hear the Captain and
you see a little more
Stark
of like
really all they're doing is talking.
just more of the conflict too, them going at each other.
Very personal note. Like they made it very personal.
And it took me about maybe the fifth watching until that scene where Tony's like, like back off, or something, and then Cap says, "I could do this all day." It took me to like the fifth watching to finally like put it together. Like
that he says that.
That was him before he became Super Soldier in the first movie. That was the feels right here. That got the feels.
But yeah, so what did you think when you saw Spider-Man?
I was hearing that, okay, they're finally going to put Spider-Man in there. And then it comes to the end and they show the title, Civil War. I was like, oh, they're not going to do it. But then you hear Stark. All right, I've had enough patience or something. He goes, Underoos.
Underoos, there we go.
Just that's totally Tony Stark right there. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Just calling him Underoos.
Yep.
And then you hear the thwip.
Captain America gets disarmed. His arms are
shield
all
comes out of his hand.
Tied up.
Webbed his hands together, and then you see the landing of Spider-Man on that Jeep or whatever.
And then you see
in the superhero.
You can see the like robotic lenses.
He does a superhero landing.
Yeah.
And he gives his one line, hey everyone.
Yeah.
And then just the lenses kind of. That was awesome.
That was pretty legit.
Everything about it I loved. He was on screen for 2 seconds. He said one line. And it was amazing. But then to hear all the haters talking about it.
Well, what are they hating now?
It was too CGI. Oh, he sounds too young. Or I would see things on the internet about, Andrew Garfield was better or Tobey Maguire was better.
Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man so far, I think. But I haven't seen this Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I'm not gonna be like, that's too. Well, you know what? People are gonna bitch and complain about anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. Exactly. You haven't seen the Spider-Man. Nobody's seen the Spider-Man. And for people to be complaining about it, he was on screen for 2 seconds. He said 2 words, and people are complaining about that.
I'd be excited if it was like the ultimate Spider-Man. It's like
any Spider-Man I was excited about.
I don't know if you've seen some mock-up people of the Morales.
No. Oh yeah, with the black outfit.
Suit.
That looked cool.
That looked
There's
cool.
so many internet memes of different costumes, and even added the Iron Spider type of mechanics to it. It looks cool.
I'm okay if they don't do it.
Yeah.
But if they do it, the Iron Spider-Man,
that'd be sick.
Just amazing.
The fanboy orgasm in the theater when you see that.
I think that's precisely what it would be. Just a fanboy in me just like screeching. Like, eh. But hey, you guys go watch that trailer, man. It just gets you excited to see that, which comes out next month.
Watch it over and over. It's intense. So good.
So sticking to these movies, you just watched.
Yeah, I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane. I went Thursday night, opening night type of deal.
How was it?
I loved it. It is as much as the experience of watching Cloverfield and at the end of it loving it. I had the same feeling with 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Now, did it meet your expectations? Was it something completely different that you thought it was going to be? What?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't have expectations because this promotion and marketing for it only came out 2 months ago. That we don't really know what this movie about.
I heard it did pretty good. It was like number 2 in the box office.
Number 2 behind Zootopia because it's a big family movie.
Yeah.
But that's a good money, good number.
I could say right now, I bet you anything it's already got his return on that movie.
Possibly. I haven't checked the numbers, but it's a good spot. First weekend, number 2.
Yeah.
For this movie that just kind of came out of nowhere in the last 2 months. And for not really knowing what it's about, especially just the trailers, all you know is this 3 people that you see on screen, and which are all fantastic, by the way. And because that's all it is 3 people in this movie.
Yeah.
The acting is amazing. It's tense.
How's the music? Does it really help set the mood?
The music's good. At first, I did notice the music within the first 5 minutes because it was almost in place on purpose, kind of like dramatic escape music.
Oh, okay.
Was the first 5 minutes,
like
but then it kind of...
okay, something's going to happen now.
Yeah, exactly what it is. And it's just like kind of it seemed a little off to me because it was just so obvious to me. I noticed the music. It was very escape music. Intense. She's got to do something. She's trying to do something, but then it kind of tones off. And the music's good. I like the soundtrack. I listened to it on the way home right after. But the movie overall is fantastic. Really good because it's dramatic. You're like watching it like on the edge of your seat type of deal.
Okay.
And it takes 4 twists and turns where you're like, you don't know where this movie's going.
Oh man.
I highly recommend you go see it. And I saw it again today because I promised somebody I'd go see it with them.
Who'd you go see with?
Nicole from Arrowhead.
Oh, okay.
I promised her I'd go see it
And
with her.
What'd you say about it?
And it's almost as fun as the first time because watching it with somebody who hasn't seen it,
And
to see them
was she like a fan of that
tripping
world,
out.
or was she
Yeah,
like?
because she liked the Cloverfield too, and she liked the trailer. And she likes kind of suspense and horror movies.
What did she say when she saw it?
She loved it too because it's just like it's fun being with somebody who hasn't seen it. Because they're like on the edge of their seat too, like, what is happening? Or the twist happens. I was like, oh my God, I don't know where this is going now. Like, what's going on? It's so good. And just as I've been seeing online and stuff, people are saying it's like a Twilight Zone. It has like a Twilight Zone feel to it. And it totally does after you finish watching it. It's like, I don't want to put a genre to it or tell you what kind of movie it is other than what you've seen on the trailer. Because it might give it away.
So it's a suspenseful thriller.
Yeah.
Twisted movie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But then once that reveal happens, you're kind of like, oh, yeah, it is this world, this Cloverfield world. So it's really good. I really recommend it.
All right. There you go, guys.
So,
go out there and watch it.
It's a good movie, especially in theater. Don't bootleg. Pay the money and go watch it. Support movies.
By bootlegging it and then go watching it later.
Boo.
All right. Civil War trailer. Okay, we got that. Tomb Raider. Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
The Tomb Raider reboot
They're
that
gonna
they're
be
talking about.
They're going to be basing off the 2013 Tomb Raider game.
The
The
Tomb
Lara
Raider
Croft.
reboot games, yeah. And they're talking about Daisy Ridley to be the star.
Ooh.
Rey from Star Wars, Force Awakens.
So I can see it. She's a bit of a badass. So
That's really good casting. I could totally buy it.
So this means they're going to do. I can see it because she's going to be a young Lara Croft. So I can see it.
Yeah, it's her origin story basically.
Yeah. So yeah.
My only thing about it is
But this is all just talk, right? It's
just
not like,
talks right now.
okay.
They do have a director signed on for this,
Mhm.
and that's where the thing came from, where they're going to base it on the video games because this director wants to do that. But it's some Norwegian or Swedish director that I've never heard of, so I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know.
Get someone new that they can control just in case.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would like to, like a name like this, Tomb Raider. I'd like to have somebody that we'd know their pedigree of work to see, like, okay, Tomb Raider, we're gonna have a good movie with this guy.
Oh, that's cool, man.
But that's just in talks right now. Nothing official. Nobody's actually cast, but just talking about it.
So we'll just keep our ear to the ground and give you guys more news as it comes out. On to the X-Men posters that came out.
Posters, they released 2 of them, but that first one was
Amazing.
the better one.
And the poster we're talking about is we have Apocalypse in the background taking up the whole poster, followed by his 4 horsemen.
You got Magneto up front in the foreground. You got Psylocke, Storm,
And
Archangel. But that just looks awesome.
It looks amazing. It looks like a comic book cover.
That's when you're gonna buy that poster, aren't you?
Yeah, it's an amazing comic book cover. And they, of course, they have the hero version of that, but
that one was really underwhelming.
that
looked so lame.
But it just looked amazing. The villains just looked
the
amazing.
villain one with Apocalypse huge in the background, especially because it was black, and the hero one was like a white poster, white background with Magneto and what's her face, Mystique and Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It seemed very just underwhelming compared to especially just the villain poster.
It like awesome. I said, it just looks like a comic book cover.
That was so awesome.
So it's just a little short rant on what we liked about that poster. What we got next is Commissioner Gordon finally casted.
That happened right after we finished recording last week's episode. Like this big news that hit the interwebs.
Now a lot of you might recognize this guy from a previous comic book role.
The Spider-Man's, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man's.
J.J. Jameson, Joe Jonas Jameson.
Which he was perfectly cast as that, J. Jonah Jameson.
Yep.
Like there could be nobody better at that role than him.
That role will define him for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah.
It won't be Whiplash. It won't be the Allstate commercials. It's gonna be Triple J.
That's where I first saw him, and I'm sure he's had a career before then, right?
No. It's only Triple J.
That was where I first noticed that guy.
Really?
Yeah, J. Jonah. He was perfect. He was hilarious in that role.
With hair.
With the flat top.
Yeah.
The flat top and the mustache.
Yeah. Forget Whiplash. Forget Allstate. It was J.
J. Jonah Jameson. But this guy, J.K. Simmons, was cast as Commissioner Gordon in this new DC universe of the movies. He's going to be in Justice League Part 2, is what they're saying.
That's good because this guy can be deep. Like I said, from
He's an Oscar-winning actor.
from
he's got
Whiplash.
dramatic chops.
Yeah.
He's
So
got,
we know he can pull that off.
yeah.
And he's
gonna be
old,
good.
so he has that going for him.
I was happy about that casting. I was like, that's cool. But I think he's perfect as J. Jonah. As a Commissioner Gordon, that would have been sweet if they got Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
For Gordon.
I can see
Which
that.
he was already Gordon in the animated Year One movie. Remember?
It's true. And he, a lot of people were rooting for him for Lex.
For Lex. Oh, that would have been cool. But I think it's all kind of a game now. I think Marvel's going to swoop up Cranston for something. Watch. I'm pretty sure in the next couple of weeks that might happen.
Oh my god. So
That'd be crazy.
that's cool. So it was good to see that.
Have you seen all the memes on the internet about this?
Oh yeah.
All this last week about like the
With
photos
Spider-Man
of
and everything.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That it took too long with Spider-Man, so I jumped over to DC, and then Civil War released with Spider-Man in the trailer.
yeah. Yep.
That's one thing I like about just all this nerdy backlash and hate or criticism is just the memes that come up with. They're so funny.
They're so dank.
They're so good.
Dank memes.
I don't know dank. I don't know hood talk.
So we're gonna go to Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice 2
Limbo Hell.
confirmed. Based on this, I forget the source of this website. Beetlejuice 2, this website spoke with Tim Burton. They said, we're go with Beetlejuice 2. We got Michael Keaton on board, and we got Winona Ryder on board. And this has been in talks for the longest time, too.
Yeah, and
Beetlejuice 2.
Keaton has always stated that
He's down to come
he's
back.
down to do it.
Yeah. So
And Keaton is kicking ass for the past 2 years. What, 2 Oscars?
last few years, he won the Oscar and I think got nominated this year.
Didn't he win it?
He
No, he
not
won.
this-
Yeah, he won this year.
No, he won for Birdman. Leo won for Revenant this year.
I don't think he was up for Best Actor. I think it was,
Oh, supporting?
I think so.
I think supporting was Ruffalo? No, not Ruffalo. Oh, no, yeah, it was no, but Michael Keaton didn't win this year. But he's been in like really good movies over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Are you a Beetlejuice fan?
I am actually. I grew up watching
Yeah.
the cartoon as well.
The cartoon too? I remember that.
Yeah, I remember how the toys. One of the toys I had was a Beetlejuice that he had his own little grave. So you had a big Beetlejuice. You put him in the grave. You move like a little hand.
Like was it like a twist or something?
Not like a twist. It was like a little flag. Almost like a mailbox kind of
Uh-huh.
hand. You pull out the grave out again, and he was a tiny little Beetlejuice.
That sounds familiar.
And it tripped me out because for the longest, I was like, what? How?
What is the purpose?
No, not even the purpose. Like, how is this possible? It just blew my mind that I was like,
That blew your mind?
did I just do magic?
Did your magic trick? I had the Beetlejuice in the purple suit, like at the end of the movie, and like a little roller on his back where you could spin his head 360.
Oh, okay.
And then you could pop his head off, and he has a miniature head.
Yeah.
Like how it gets shrunken. But I'm a huge Tim Burton fan, and Beetlejuice is one of my all-time favorites. So this news about Beetlejuice 2, it's cool. It's not going to be like the greatest movie I'm ever going to watch. I don't think it'll even live up to Beetlejuice 1.
But it's just the nostalgia.
Just the nostalgia. Like a lot of this stuff is going on, like with the Ghostbusters and all these movies being brought back. But I'd be excited to see what they do with it. A long time ago, I heard possibly like Beetlejuice in Hawaii or something was kind of
Beetlejuice in
it
Hawaii.
was an idea for a sequel. Yeah.
No, we gotta be careful with this because then you gotta get that nostalgia brigade that will kill anything because you're messing up with an original idea.
Yeah.
/ Ghostbusters.
That was a bad trailer. This movie, I think, will do fine. I mean, the director's done good work. The cast has been
Oh,
fine. But the
everybody
trailer
remember when everybody was like, "Yeah, female cast for Ghostbusters, amazing idea."
I've heard more hate on that than positive.
Really?
Yeah.
Even before I heard
Yeah.
nothing but rave stuff about it. It was like, "Oh,
I
that's
was one of
cool."
the ravers about it.
Murray was all about it. He was like, "Yeah, female cast."
Yeah. And more breaking news on Beetlejuice 2. It's actually confirmed not happening. An actual different source saying that this first source that confirmed Beetlejuice was happening never happened. So
That's what I said. Limbo.
Beetlejuice 2 is not happening. As of right now, from another confirmed source.
So 2 sources. One says yes, one says no.
Yeah.
What are
So
your
as of
thoughts?
right now, I don't think it's happening.
You don't think at all?
Again, from Tim Burton, they're saying, no, we've never talked about this. This was an actual interview.
And just like that, my dreams were crushed.
So it's not happening. But that's okay. We still have the original.
Well, we'll move on to that sad news. To Wonder Woman wrapping up in London.
Yeah, it was just announced this week. London filming is done. They're going to move over to Italy to start filming the Paradise Island Themyscira stuff. So it's
happening. So
it's legit. So that's exciting. Wonder Woman. And I'm hearing good things about Wonder Woman in BVS. That she might like kind of steal the show. I'm hoping that's true because that's going to be so awesome.
So
because this movie is only a week away. A week and a half away. Been waiting for 3 years.
Yeah, you have.
3 years. So it's finally happening.
What else you got in the movie? Oh, the killing joke. How have we not said this?
That was probably the biggest news of today that just dropped today.
Right.
Was Mark Hamill Instagrammed or tweeted out a still of an animated Batman animated Joker, like from a scene from the seminal Joker story, The Killing Joke.
Yep.
And this has been...
That was... Remember, this wasn't meant to be canon. Originally, it wasn't meant to be canon.
It was just a little one-off kind of...
One-shot stories kind of deal.
Here's Alan Moore telling a little story about the Joker.
But
it was
such a huge hit. Fuck it.
That's an amazing story. It's dark. It's Joker origin story, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You got Barbara Gordon in there getting shot in the spine.
Raped.
Assumed.
Raped.
Assumed, not actually shown in the panels, but
raped.
One could say. Which actually, brought a bunch of controversy because of the anniversary. I don't know if you remember the variant covers. People doing variant covers for an issue of a Batman a while back. And there was one of Joker, his hands around Barbara, kind of like making her smile.
Oh, that's right.
That one image. And people did not want that image released for some reason. Because of the connotation of her story of being raped.
Oh, you're promoting rape in culture. Oh, God.
I do not understand what these people are complaining about.
They always need a soapbox to get on so they can complain.
And this is like there's nothing in this image. It's just an image of Joker standing next to Barbara with his arm around her. There's no graphic image.
They always need something to complain about.
And if you're going to complain about that, go wipe this story off the face of the earth, because that's where this comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand what they're complaining about. So that kind of upset me that this comic issue was never released because DC and the artists like kind of agreed to these people complaining and said, okay, we're not going to release it. And then I can't believe they kind of fell for the peer pressure. So that was disappointing. But that's okay. So back to that image of the Joker and Batman for the Killing Joke, because it was actually announced Comic-Con last year or something that they're going to start working on an animated version of this story. And then later on we find out Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy are back for the voices, the original animated guys, which is going to be awesome.
That just tenfold their sales on that.
For sure.
Animated version. And
this was actually even before all this Deadpool stuff. They got the green light to make this a rated R version.
It has to be rated R. I mean,
because of the rape.
Not only that, just everything aspect of it. Because it shows Joker's dark sense of humor. Because remember, when he comes in, he's on vacation.
He's got his shorts, a little Hawaiian shirt, cap, and a camera.
Shooting someone like, hey.
Just knocks on the door. Barbara answers. And just
bam,
point blank. Shoots her right in the spine. Paralyzes her. Kidnaps her. And then tortures Gordon with what he possibly could have done to her. Mm-hmm. And then doesn't he strip Gordon down naked and have him go through this amusement park ride with all these graphic images of Barbara? Mm-hmm. So good. So good. I can't wait for that to come out. So there's actually no date for when that's happening, when it's coming out. But that was just today this image was released. So that's exciting. That's really cool.
I can't wait to that. So hopefully we get something, maybe releasing something November-ish. They'll hold for the holiday season.
Oh, that'd be cool. Have it this year. But hopefully, we get more stuff dropping from this.
Yeah.
More images and stills.
What do you have for something about older comics recommended?
I was at the comic shop the other day and just kind of picking up my pull list. And one of the employees there, she was new. I have never seen her before. Kind of was just asking me like what I was looking for in particular. I was just browsing, and she saw that on top of my stack that I was holding was this comic called Dark and Bloody. It's issue 2 that I just picked up because I'm like kind of going off the superhero path.
Okay. You're going off?
Yeah, just kind of picking up, just like we're picking up other
new
titles.
reads, yeah.
Just new reads. I saw this one called Dark and Bloody. It's like a horror comic. So she sees that I was holding that one. She said, "Oh, that's a really good." And she started like recommending others because she like the same thing. She doesn't want to try to stick with the superheroes, so she's been reading because she's a horror fan too. So she recommended this one called Colder. It's about the ones that I picked up actually volume 3 that she got out of the the back
catalog.
The back catalog issues. So she recommended the story Colder, and she just kind of gave me a little gist of it about this one character who interdimensional travel and meets this serial killer named Nimble Jack, and it's just this dark story kind of following this murdering character. So I'm starting on volume 3, but she says it kind of catches you up real quick.
Okay.
And then the volumes are out, so I could pick up 1 and 2 if I want to get into those. But the art, just flipping through it, the art looks really cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
The main character actually looks, it immediately made me think of the new Joker, the Jared Leto.
Okay.
Because he kind of has a similar look to it. But that's one read I'm going to dive into, a new series.
Oh, that's cool, man. And then we got Universal with Potter and Walking Dead.
Have you heard about this?
Yeah, that they're going to have a place in their park.
It's going to be now a year-round attraction. It's going to be like one of their horror mazes that they do. Year-round. All right, nerds, what's happening? Just a quick heads up, that brief little cut short there on the Universal Studios talk, we ended up talking about that and a little bit more news on video games, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. And
yeah, the SD card got full.
Yeah, we signed off already thinking we were done. I go to check the recording, and it shows
it was
card
a pucker.
Full.
Pucker.
That
reaction.
Was scary.
Yeah.
Because we didn't
know where it cut off, so it could have cut off 5 minutes into us, 2 seconds into you saying, "What's up, nerds?"
And the card was full. I just didn't delete like all the previous episodes. But we're back, and just finish off on the Universal Walking Dead. It's a year-round attraction now that they're gonna do, based like on their horror mazes that they usually do. That plus the Harry Potter. I'll be there all summer. You can find me if you need me.
So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time during Halloween.
For sure.
All right. So besides that, anything else, man? I know we're talking about video games.
So that was it. We just finished up talking about you're playing a lot of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
You just got that one.
Yeah, I mean, just having fun playing it with my Fight Sticks online, getting my ass kicked. We also talked about you're not really into the FPS games like The Division.
Well, I like the FPS, but it's the PvP where all these games are just basically online multiplayer only.
Yeah.
There's no campaign mode to it. So that's what put me off of that Star Wars game, the Battlefront. But other than that, that was pretty much it. A couple more minutes of video game talk, and I guess that was it, right?
Yeah,
we're done?
Yeah, that was a game over for us.
Yeah, that was a scary moment for a second. Didn't know when that stopped recording.
All right,
we're
guys.
good.
This is game over for us.
You guys have a good night. Later.
Have a good day.